There is a place on this earth so ancient, so vast, so brutally beautiful, that it almost doesn't feel real. A continent the size of the continental United States, yet home to fewer people than the state of Texas. A land where the trees shed their bark instead of their leaves, where the rivers run backwards, where more things can kill you than almost anywhere else on the planet. And yet, people love it here. This is Australia.
To understand Australia, you have to go back, way back. Around 180 million years ago, Australia was part of a supercontinent called Gondwana. Over millions of years, it drifted away, slowly, completely, magnificently alone. That isolation changed everything. While the rest of the world evolved lions, bears, and wolves, Australia did something different. It became the kingdom of the marsupial, animals that carry their young in pouches, animals found almost nowhere else on Earth. The kangaroo, the wombat, the koala, the Tasmanian devil. Over 250 species of marsupials, all calling this one continent home. But even more ancient than the animals are the people. The Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples arrived in Australia at least 65,000 years ago, possibly earlier. That makes them the oldest continuous civilization on Earth. Let that sink in. When the Egyptian pyramids were being built, the Aboriginal Australians had already been here for over 40,000 years. They didn't just survive this harsh land, they mastered it. They practiced controlled burning, setting deliberate fires to manage the land, encourage new plant growth, and maintain the ecosystem. Modern scientists have only recently confirmed what Indigenous Australians knew for millennia. This technique works. It's now being used to fight wildfires around the world. Their culture, their Dreamtime stories, their connection to the land. It is one of the most profound human relationships with nature ever recorded.
The arrival of the First Fleet in 1788 marked a seismic shift. What was once a land defined by ancient songlines and a deep spiritual connection to the earth became a colonial outpost of the British Empire. It was a brutal beginning for the convicts and settlers. It was a struggle for survival in a land that felt alien and unforgiving. But for the indigenous peoples, it was the start of a displacement that would change their world forever. By the mid-1800s, the discovery of gold triggered a fever that transformed the continent. People flooded in from across the globe, China, Europe, America, turning rough camps into thriving towns. This was the birth of the Australian egalitarian spirit, the idea that it didn't matter where you came from, but what you could do with a pickaxe and a bit of luck. By 1901, the 6 separate colonies federated to become a single nation. Australia was no longer just a collection of outposts. It was a country finding its own voice. Post-1945, Australia underwent another profound transformation. The populate or perish policy opened the doors to a new wave of migration, this time from across the Mediterranean and later Southeast Asia. These new Australians didn't just bring their labour, they brought their flavours, their music and their traditions, weaving them into the very fabric of the nation. The coffee shops of Melbourne, the bustling markets of Sydney, the country was becoming one of the most successful multicultural societies on the planet. And then there's the lifestyle. The beach isn't just a place in Australia, it's a secular cathedral. From the surf lifesavers of Bondi to the quiet coves of the West, the coast is where the Australian identity truly breathes. It's a life lived outdoors, defined by a relaxed confidence and a deep-seated love for the sun and the salt. But as the cities grew taller and the suburbs stretched further, the connection to the ancient heart of the land remained. Australia today is a complex, vibrant tapestry, a modern nation built on the oldest foundations on Earth. Beyond the cities and the suburbs lies the true heart of the continent, the wild edge. This is where the land and sea collide in a spectacle of life found nowhere else on Earth. Off the northeastern coast lies the Great Barrier Reef. It is the largest living structure on the planet, so vast it can be seen from space. It's a kaleidoscopic world of over 3,000 individual reefs and 900 islands, home to a staggering diversity of marine life. From the tiny, vibrant clownfish to the majestic whale shark, the reef is a delicate masterpiece of nature. But the wild edge isn't just underwater. On land, the Daintree rainforest in Queensland is a living museum. It is the oldest tropical rainforest in the world, predating even the Amazon by tens of millions of years. Here, the trees are giants and the air is thick with the sounds of ancient birds and the rustle of the elusive cassowary. This is a land of extremes, where life has adapted to thrive in the most challenging conditions imaginable. But to find the true soul of the wild edge, you have to leave the coast behind and head into the red centre. This is the heart of Australia, a vast, sand-scorched expanse of red dust and ancient stone. Here, the scale is almost impossible to grasp. The outback isn't just a desert, it's a living landscape that has seen empires rise and fall while remaining largely unchanged. In the heat of the day, the land seems still, but look closer and you'll find life everywhere. The thorny devil with its armor of spikes drinking through its skin. The red kangaroo, capable of traveling vast distances in search of water. And then, there are the monoliths, Uluru and Kata Tjuta. These aren't just rocks. They are sacred sites, holding the stories of the Dreamtime for tens of thousands of years. As the sun sets, they glow with an intensity that feels supernatural, a final, fiery salute to the day. Australia is more than just a country. It is a continent of contradictions, a place where the ancient and the modern coexist in a delicate, beautiful balance. It is, and always will be, the wild edge of the world.